When I was your age, I was absolutely positive what I wanted to do for a living. You ready? I wanted to be a doctor. I loved everything that had to do with medicine. I loved science. I loved biology. I loved chemistry. I even got a chemistry scholarship to go to Davidson. I was so certain that I was going to be a doctor. There was no question in my mind until I hit organic chemistry at Davidson College my freshman year. Can I get a witness? It was not pretty. But you know, the one thing that I kept hearing in the back of my head is my dad always said, I want you to have a job where you never have to ask anybody for a job. Well, I thought, okay, doctors don't have to ask anybody for jobs. I'm not going to be that. What else can I be? Let's see, I'll be a lawyer. That's the sort of intellectual rigor I applied to when I decided that I wanted to be a lawyer. And you know, the one thing I was absolutely certain of, no question about it, about being a lawyer, I was not going to be a trial lawyer because I was afraid to speak in public. I didn't even take trial ad courses during Duke Law School, 3 fun-filled years. Not a thing, because I was so convinced I was never, ever going to speak in public because I was scared to death to do it. So this cartoon from Dogbert is a true statistic. Do you guys know what the #1 fear of Americans is? Public speaking. Fear of death is #2. We are more afraid to public speak than we are to die. The loss of a spouse, or actually loss of a child, is #3. Loss of a spouse is #4. So here you have Dilbert and Dogbert talking, and so Dogbert says, they say people fear public speaking more than they fear death. So technically, if you kill a guy who's scheduled to speak, you're doing him a favor. And Dogbert says, well, so when are you going to sleep? And Dilbert says, never. So here's what I want to challenge you with. If you have said, I'm never going to be a whatever, things may change. I want you to think about the importance of the choice that you make in what you do for a living. So now we're going to do some math. Can y'all do math? All right. So here's the thing. How many hours a day are you supposed to sleep? Not how many you sleep at Girls' Day. 8. Okay, let's go with that. Now, how many hours a day are you supposed to work when you're out in the real world? 8, 9, okay, let's go with 8, all right? Now, what about eating, getting dressed, and getting to and from work? 3 meals, you know, you got to do 3 meals a day, you got to get up, take a shower, you got to, you know, get dressed, you got to get to wherever your work is. How much time do you think all that takes? Yeah, okay, 3 hours. I think I actually said 1 for commuting and 2 for dressing. So how many does that give us total? All right, so if you got 8, 8, 1, and 2, what's that? 19 hours. How many hours are in a day? Okay, so that leaves you how many? 5. So isn't it interesting that you're really working longer than you have to do the fun stuff in your life? So you doggone better well be sure that what you're doing is something that trips your trigger, that makes you want to get up in the morning. It's important, ladies. You can end up, if you want to, working at a job making widgets for the rest of your life. But if you are here, somebody has said you have leadership potential. You can help change the world. And if you're in this room, you should listen to that. Somebody believes in you, and that's why you're here. Somebody believes in you and thinks that you can do great things. And I want all of you to start talking about the positive things that you can do. Now, Confucius said, if you want to be happy for an hour, take a nap. If you want to be happy for an afternoon, go fishing. If you want to be happy for a day, kill your pig and have a feast. If you want to be happy for a week, get married. If you want to be happy for a month, inherit a fortune. And if you want to be happy for a lifetime, love your work.